it's on. I guess it's working. I hope it's working. Alright everyone, hello there. Welcome to the worst YouTube set of all time. My name is Andy Valentine and I've got a show for you. Nobody really requested this, but I'm gonna do it anyways because if my dog can do a roll, I possibly can do a YouTube video. I guess if he had a thumb, he could do one too because he's so smart. Never mind, I will keep this channel light and funny and entertaining for everybody, excluding me, because video editing, well, sucks. That's the truth. Alright, so feel free to drown me in memes, and that's basically what's going to happen anyways, because I'm such a funny person. But for this first time, let me actually do something right and do something helpful for the society instead of just hanging around in quarantine. What if I could help you make a smart purchase? Because photography can get pretty expensive. Basically, if you want to keep your child away from drugs, get him or her a camera and you're all set. Yeah, so it's not cheap to get your stuff, especially if you ask me, especially if you ask Sony, by the way. But there's a way around that, a cheap way, a more affordable way, and I'm gonna show you that today. If you have been wondering, going up to your neighbor's house and getting their, I don't know, 30 years old film camera and shooting that is not the cheap way, that's a trap. Yeah, don't do it. But don't forget the neighbor just yet. Okay, so here's what you're gonna need for this one. You are going to need a digital camera. Any digital camera, just get one. As long as it has a lens mount and a shutter button, you're basically good to go. You are going to need a lens adapter or mount adapter or whatever you want to call it. It can be M42, it can be Canon FD, M39, PK. Really, it's just this small piece of metal, so don't spend too much money on that. You are going to need a kit lens. They tend to have a bad reputation. I don't exactly get that, but anyways, it's better to have one mediocre lens than not having the lens at all, so just keep that in mind and get a kit lens. This price point we are going to just touch today, it will not matter if you get the kit lens or not, so that's that. And finally, you are going to need some old manual vintage lenses. I know what you think right now. Ugh, manual. Listen to me for a second. I'm gonna explain everything. Basically, what you're going to do is you just put that vintage glass on your digital camera and try to nail manual focusing up to the point when you are sick of all your blurry images and you think that, hey, it's not that bad that I bought that kit lens, because you will realize it's much easier to take photos with them. Take those photos, but then review the ones you did with the kit lens, and you're going to find one or two that are sort of in focus. And if that happens over time, maybe for the first try, maybe a couple more, if you find that one photo, there's a good chance that you are going to feel limitless joy because you have achieved something in your life, and oh yeah, you did actually. The point of this whole torture is just to learn manual focusing with these lenses, because these lenses are actually better in image quality than the kit lens you have, which can like autofocus, but that's really the end of the story. And they are actually cheaper than your kit lens. It's a good deal. I mean, everybody wins on that, right? Okay, so here's my setup, but again, it does not matter what kind of camera you have. It can be Canon, Nikon, Sony, Fuji, Pentax. I could come up with more brands probably. You can take blur images with all of these, so just get one. It doesn't really matter. I have a Sony A7 Mark I. It's like what, 9 years old camera. Yeah, it's old. I can't show you that because I'm filming on it right now. But it just gets the job done. It's not the newest, I know that, but if I can take half decent shots with my old-ass camera, I bet you can do too. I have a 28-70 kit lens. It's the Sony full-frame kit lens, and it's a lens. It works actually it works just fine, so I tend to like it. I have my mount adapter. It's this thing. Wait, it's this thing. I don't know if you can already see it. It says basically M42 NEX. The NEX, if you don't know, it's the Sony E mount. Just don't get lost in the details. It's the same. On one side, there are threads. You can see that. I hope you can see that. And on the other side, you got your basic Sony E mount. Alright, so that's it. As I told you, it's just a little piece of metal. It goes for around 10 bucks, not a big deal. And I have some vintage glass. It's these, let's see, Helios 44M. It's a good lens, great for portraits. It's 58 millimeters and f2. I have this Mirage. It's a 200 millimeter f3.5. It's great. I tend to love this lens. And also I have this Porst whatever 3.5 f3.5 35 millimeter is the Verse. Yeah, it's not a big deal, but it takes pictures, so I'm gonna keep it anyways. There are some more, these ones I just got. I'm probably going to make a video on these because these are fun little guys here. Couple more lying around the house. I've got a ton of old lenses. And that's it, that's my gear. It's really not a big deal if you think about it. The camera and the kit lens goes for about like 500 bucks, somewhere around that. You can get cheaper ones if, I don't know, your Sony A7 is scratched or it's not working. Yeah, that's gonna be cheaper. You can buy something like the Sony Jesus, I can't talk. You can buy something like the Sony A6000, which is like dirt cheap with the kit lens, and we are reaching the, I don't know, like $200 limit, $250, let's say $250. You could even go lower with beginner level DSLRs. Just keep this one thing in mind. If you have focus peaking built into your camera, you are going to save yourself a lot of time and pain in the ass, and don't torture yourself if you don't have to. So get a good camera, Sony. And that's it. I've run out of script, so yeah, really that's the end of the video. Thanks to everybody who's been hanging around. Thanks to everybody who's been hanging around so long. On your way out, if you could just press one of those buttons, it's like there's like, share, subscribe, and oh yeah, there's that bell thing too. If you could just press one of them, I'd be forever grateful, and you would make me really, really happy. Also, if you feel like it, write me in the comments, what did you think about this video? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Why? And possibly what type of content you want to see next time, because there's gonna be a next time. I hope so. If my PC doesn't crash while I'm editing videos, that's gonna be right. So yeah, once again, thank you, and see you really soon. Bye. Okay, coming back real quick. I told you to don't forget the neighbor and the film camera, and I was the one forgetting it, so that makes me dumb. What I wanted to tell with that is that it's actually a good idea, if this whole pandemic thing is over, to just go and visit your neighbors once in your life and ask if they have an old SLR. If you manage to find one, well, you're the winner. What you want to do is you want to, of course, take off the lens of that. Buy both in case you might need a film camera for any reason. So you want to take off the lens from that camera, adapt it to your digital, and then start shooting pictures. And yeah, that's it. And then put the body away, because I don't know, just store it somewhere or sell it to hipsters who are misogynistic enough. I don't know how to say that word. Misogynistic, spelling it. So sell it to hipsters who still shoot film in 2020, because why not? Yeah, and I mean, yeah, that's all, really. Bye. Do you think I should have included a coffee scene, because that seems popular right now? Alright, next video I'm going to throw in a coffee scene, and I don't know, guys, how you do this thing, like walking around with your camera all day long like this and talking like this, because this feels like an undercut.